Hey, what's up, guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the Season 3 premiere episodes of Z Nation on Syfy. We've seen the first episode, No Mercy, then they aired that together with the second part to it, No Fracken Mercy, or something like that. Z Nation is a show I do enjoy a good amount. I started out really heavly disliking it, but as Season 1 went along and it got into Season 2, it really just became something of its own. I think even if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, like I am, you can still enjoy Z Nation for its own reasons and its own merits. And I honestly do think it's more enjoyable and interesting to watch than Fear The Walking Dead, but that's just me. No, it isn't. A lot of people seem to prefer Z Nation to Fear. Anyway, so it was really cool that they had a 2-hour premiere. I was really excited about that. And Z Nation is something I haven't had in my life for a while, so to have that sort of just feel to the show back in my mind again, it helps, get through the work week and such. And I was going to review it last night. I apologize for the lateness of this upload. But unfortunately I did get home from work and I was pretty fucking tired. I did try to watch it, but I was kind of falling asleep, not because of the show, just because I've been working my ass off for the better part of the past 2 weeks. But I did watch it this afternoon when I got up. Yes, I got up in the afternoon. And overall, I'm mixed about the first 2 episodes, or more so mixed about the placement of them. Because this is kind of a weird one. We definitely didn't get the type of episode we'd expect to open the season. This actually takes place midway through season 2, I believe, around somewhere before episode 6, I think, because we see Murphy. He still has Lucy, his little girl, and of course with 10K, Cassandra, and the others. We know something's up. So I just found it to be really weird and random that they decided to put this episode now. Some people think they should have aired this episode maybe before the season actually started, just as a thing to start getting even more hype up for it. And I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to introduce the new big bad for the season, the Man. And I do think he could be a really cool villain for the show. But I think they could have found another way to introduce him, because it's odd that they placed this in the middle of Season 2's story, but yet in Season 2 we never really heard anything about him, which is really weird, because this is a pretty big event. So it's weird that they never really said anything about it at any other point in Season 2, so it doesn't really make sense in the story. And like I said, the Man could be actually a good villain and a fitting villain for the show, but I think they could have introduced him another way, maybe just have Season 3 take place right after Season 2 like it should have, and then just have the Man show up, and they could have tied it in pretty easily that way too, I think. They could have had the same stuff happen, just have it be in present day. Could have done something like that, or they could even had this big flashback episode a few episodes into Season 3. But I really think they should have showed us immediately what happened after the Season 2 finale, because a lot of people are wondering about 10K. I do think 10K is alive. I don't think we really have to worry that much, but a lot of people were waiting to see him again in the present day and just waiting to see where the show would go. But instead we get this big flashback, and while it was a really enjoyable episode, and I did actually end up having a lot of fun with it once I did sit down and focus, I just think this is kind of a waste of time, honestly, minus introducing him, who could have been introduced in much more fitting ways. But basically the group meets up with this doctor, and we find out that this doctor is on this the Man's list, and he doesn't want violence necessarily right away. His employer or whatever wants him to go about it in a peaceful way, but he's crossing his names off the list. We don't really know the purpose for it yet. And so Murphy's wanting to, not really jump off the train, or he just wants to keep going. But of course the others end up wanting to help out, because they're morally better people. And basically, Roberta and the others, Addie and such, Doc, they stay back and help. Of course, 10K develops a fondness for this one girl again, who, happens to die at the end of the premiere. Every time 10K falls in love, the girl always dies, so whatever. She seemed cool, though, but of course, she's dead already. We did see 5K, who's a little feral kid that sort of like took up 10K's mantle and looked up to him quite a bit, but he ends up dying as well. Some cool action in it, though, and I do applaud them because I do think they had some more like innovative camera work in this episode too, just the way that it was cut and put together. I thought the show's becoming even more professional on that end, I think, while still keeping a really gritty Z Nation feel to it. And like I said, the action is plenty of fun as always. He even had this release the Kraken thing, this guy with a bunch of chains and zombies with like these metal helmets over them, so they can't get mercied and such. And some fairly innovative stuff in this episode, which we're used to from Z Nation. And of course, the man, he does end up getting to the fore. Most of the others end up getting killed, and he does end up taking the doctor. And we see him, bring him to this group of others. Again, we don't really know the purpose. We don't know who sent him or anything. But I'm sure we'll see the man in Season 3 and maybe find out more about him. He was played pretty well, and like I said, he was also struck by 5K, like in the chest by this thing. He shot out with a slingshot, and either he has a very high pain tolerance or he's some kind of like synthetic cyborg or something, like AI, android, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't put it past him. I mean, we've dealt with aliens on the show, we've dealt with zombie bears and stuff, so cyborg's definitely possible. But either way, I think he should be a fun villain. Of course, Murphy's still probably my favorite character, but Addie is definitely becoming, might be taking a spot soon, I'm not sure. I just love her in the Z-Whacker, and one of my favorite parts is actually when she's seen one of the survivors dead, and then she's seen one of the zombies in the metal helmet, and she just smashed the hell out of him through the metal helmet and just bashed him enough that you see all this blood pouring out. It was really awesome. Z-Whacker's amazing, man. And Warren is captured at one point, but she manages to escape with the help of 5K, so that was cool. But yeah, so basically that's it for the premiere, really. I felt like it was a little bit stretched out, too. I don't think it completely warranted a 2-hour thing. I could have seen 2 hours being fitting for what takes place after Season 2 ended, but this is during Season 2. Again, I don't really get why they chose to go about it this way. But, it is what it is. I'm still happy the show's back, but I'm definitely going to be more interested in watching what happens back in the present in next week's episode. I am working next Friday, though, so my reviews of both this and the second episode of Van Helsing are going to be a little bit delayed, but I will get them out to you guys when I can. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about the 2-hour premiere, how you felt about them doing this huge random flashback from Season 2 or something just to introduce the villain. And yeah, still happy the show's back, though, like I said. But I'm going to give the episode about a 7.3, 7.5 out of 10. I still do enjoy the show a lot. I'm happy it's back, but it's not going to go much over that just because I felt like it was kind of a waste of time and not really needed. But yeah, still do like it, and I can't wait to see what they do with the rest of the season. It should be pretty fun. Alright, catch you guys next time. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, and peace.